Hello, welcome to the Echo Tips podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be tackling a unique aspect of weather features you may have never knew was there. And it's very applicable here in the United States in our summer months where a lot of sunshine outside and people might be outside soaking up those rays, something you might need to know. Additionally, we're going to deal with another thing, you got two today, and that is, why did my Echo respond that way? Why did it say that? Why did it do that thing? Why did it turn the lights off or whatever? How do you determine what your Echo thought it heard? Maybe even on TV or something bizarre like that. But before we get into that in any sort of detail, we're going to go to a brief message about our podcast, and then I'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Hello, and welcome back. As I mentioned earlier, today we're going to be dealing with a unique aspect of weather, in particular UV index, and also we're going to learn about, just what was your Echo thinking when it responded that way or took a particular action, maybe with home automation or something or the like. But before I get into that, I'd like to welcome our new listeners. Welcome to the Echo Tips podcast. These are little nuggetized episodes that teach you something about your Amazon Echo. And my name is David Ward. I'm an instructor, an assistive technology instructor specifically, at the New Vision program at Goodwill. So it's good to have you with us here today, and I hope you find this instructive. For our returning listeners, we'd like to welcome you back as well. And for both of you, if you'd like to find out about how you can reach out to us with suggestions or show topics you'd like to maybe see in the future, we'll mention that at the end of the episode. But we're going to delve right in right now. And I think this is very appropriate. I know personally, myself and other family members have dealt with, because I don't know, genetics or light skin complexion, there's probably a host of factors, but have dealt with skin cancer of various different types. And fortunately enough, in my case, mine were pretty much benign to a certain degree, but nonetheless, they're the kind of cancer, you want to have it removed and different things. And a lot of times, your health professionals will link that with outdoor activities and being exposed to UV light and things like that. And so they advise different precautions. So you're welcome to find out more about that by looking up your healthcare service of choice. I know here in the United States, if you Google CDC and UV index, you can find out more about what those numbers mean and what they can tell you about your outdoor activity perhaps that day and the use of sunscreen and things like that. But did you know your Echo can actually pull that kind of information? Just not, is it raining, is it snowing, is it, is there a weather advisory, but even the UV index for the day. So let me just demonstrate that real quick. And by the way, if you have an Echo in hearing distance of me, you might want to shut its ears off because I might trip your Echo. And not that it would cause probably any harm because the nature of the things we're doing today. But if you don't want to hear that coming at you twice from here in the studio and also from home, you might want to shut its ears off. Okay, so just give you a second to do that. All right, let's go. Okay, so here we go. Alexa, what's the UV index for today?
Right now, there's a low risk from UV exposure, with a UV index of 1. Did you know? I can help discover your next favorite book from Amazon. To try it out, just ask, What should I read next?
I'm getting an ad. All right, so you'll get those occasionally. I think we've addressed those in a past episode as well. So there you go. It's that simple to get your UV index. And like I said, you can look up the health service in your country or state to find out more about the material. Here in the United States, you could simply Google CDC and UV index or something like NIH UV index. Okay, so now this is our second little goodie we're going to give you today, and this one you may find immensely useful is why did my Echo say what it said? Maybe you heard something on television, maybe you misunderstood something one of your children said at home or something like that. Why did it respond the way that it did? So we just gave it a command. Let's see how it heard it, basically. So I can say, Alexa, why did you do that?
I thought I heard a request for weather.
Okay, there you go. So she came back and gave me a very specific. All right, but you never know what may happen. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to cut out here in the recording the command I'm giving, because just imagine your Echo is hearing the television and then it does something like this. Alexa, what did you hear?
I heard, what does a doggy sound like?
Ah, okay. All right, so it's just really that simple, and I gave you two different phrases there. What did you hear, basically, and then why did you do that? So you might try and play with those occasionally if you hear or give you an odd response. That might help you isolate really what you thought took place. Additionally, you can open the A-Lady app on your smartphone or your tablet, and you can go there and see your past history of requests. And I think even in there, you can still typically even play back the audio from the room. That might give you an idea of what took place as well. All right, well, it's time to turn your Echo's ears back on, start practicing some of the many things that you've learned. And if you'd like to reach out to us, either our new listeners or our returning listeners, about an idea for a show topic or a question you had about your Amazon Echo, you're welcome to reach out to me here at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys. You can find us either on Facebook or Twitter. And you can find out more about the program that I'm involved in as an assistive technology instructor at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, all lowercase and no spaces. But it's time to start practicing those many goodies that you're learning. And I, once again, am David Ward for the New Vision program at Goodwill, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.